for the Clemson Tigers, who are looking for their first national title since 2018, fourth in their school's history, and also the third under head coach Dabo Swinney. Before I delve into the strengths and weaknesses of DJ Parker, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the like button, and ring the notification bell, and enjoy, if you will, the video on the Clemson Edge rusher. T.J. Parker is an American football defensive end for the Clemson Tigers as a junior for the 2025 college football season. He was born on Sunday, September 19, 2004 in Phenix City, Alabama, where he was attending Central High School in the city, just 71 kilometers west of Tuskegee, Alabama. Parker plays with reckless abandon, but it didn't take long for their high school head coach Patrick Nick to see some return in the trencher. He said in a 2022 article by AL.com, his motor, effort, physicality, all of it was special. He had zero fear of playing the game and getting after it. Of course, he was tall and skinny then. He's not so skinny now, but he's still playing with the same physicality and reckless abandon. Parker, who was ranked 11th on the website in the website's initial A-list for top 2023 recruits in standout Alabama, and one of 7 defensive linemen or edge players on that year's list have committed to a Big Ten school, Penn State Nittany Lions. He said on social media, "When I went up there on Penn State's campus, it was like a movie. It looks good. They got some beautiful buildings. The weather is perfect." The previous year, he had 75 tackles, 23 tackles for a loss, and 50 sacks for the Central Red Devils, and was pretty special as a junior in leading the Red Devils to the Class 7A championship game. Nick said, "With his size now, he's just hard to deal with. He's very athletic. He's a great pass rusher and is so explosive. A lot of guys have this skill and ability, but what separates Tamarian is his physicality and relentless effort. He'll be an edge guy in college who will be really, really good." According to Randy Kennedy, his counterpart said, "Tamarian Parker is a relentless pass rusher and pursuer of the ball. His best skill is probably as an edge rusher. His commitment to Penn State was historic for a top Alabama recruit." In his senior year, he was selected by the All-American Bowl Selection Committee for the 2023 All-American Bowl, consisting of the All-American Bowl, 247 Sports, and Next Gen founder Brent Williams. A 4-star prospect, he was originally committed to the Nittany Lions, where he took an official vision in June, and he also signed at 6'4" and 255 pounds. And as a linebacker, obviously, that includes the likes of Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, and Michigan State. But Parker changed his mind and went to Clemson and his head coach Dabo Swinney, becoming the third Alabama top number group to commit to the Tigers, joining Briarwood, Christian, quarterback Christopher Vizina, and Thompson defensive lineman Peter Woods. As the 2023 freshman year set to begin in Durham, North Carolina against the Duke Blue Devils in that game, Parker was one of 11 linebackers in the 2023 Clemson roster as his journey begins. In the first game of 2023 at Brookfield at Walls Wade Stadium, Parker got his first tackle on QB Riley Leonard after the before securing a 27 Duke win. The next week, Frank Howard was standing for Clemson game as Kate Klubnik and company entered Death Valley for their home opener against Charleston Buccaneers from the newly merged OVC Big South Football Association, where in the second quarter, where Clemson led by a touchdown, Parker delivered as he tackled quarterback Timothy Ruff, after he was rushed for 2 yards. The second tackle after Clemson left 38-17 came when Parker tackled starting QB Tony Bartolo for a 1-yard loss, and then the third after Buell Collins extended Clemson's lead to 45-17 when Parker tackled running back Timothy Ruff after he lost 2 yards before he gets to the 4 by tackling another running back Anderson in the 67 wins. After taking care of Atlantic in a 48-14 victory with Parker 3 tackles, the real fun started when Week 4 begins the conference play as they set their sights on the eventual ACC champions Florida State in front of the packed crowd. In the first, Florida State of the first drive of the game in the first quarter, both Parker and defensive tackle Peyton Page worked together to stop Florida State's running back Troy Trojans for a 2-year game and made 2 runs as Florida State hand Tigers their first loss of the season in a 31-24 victory. And after winning 2 in the next 4, Clemson faced Georgia Tech despite not playing. They won the game 24 before entering the final 2 games in the game. First, they faced North Carolina just 5 days before Thanksgiving in their final home game of the season. North Carolina running back Omarion Hampton, who scored 2 rushing touchdowns in the game, had fumbled the ball, which was recovered by Parker after he was forced by Peter Woods and then both hands tackle. Hampton as the game went scoreless. And after tight end James Brown's got tied the game at 7, Parker decided to challenge the North Carolina offense when he scored the first sack of his career on QB Drummond, who went on to be drafted 3rd overall by the New England Patriots the following April in the 2024 NFL draft. Clemson wins 31-20. And after a 16-7 win against South Carolina in their final game of the season, Columbia, South Carolina, Clemson entered the 2023 Gator Bowl again in Jacksonville, Florida, against Kentucky, who made their 3rd Gator Bowl appearance after 2016 and 2020. There, Parker, as Kentucky leads 40-10, and Barrett sacked Devin Leary for 8 yards, as Devils and company were too strong for Mark Stoops' Kentucky side in a 38-35 victory to end Parker's freshman season with 34 total tackles and 5.0 sacks. When the 2024 sophomore season began, Parker had a new defense on defense. Among them were Jefferson cornerback Sammy Brown, Carrollton Day School cornerback Tavoy Fagan, and Meadows Creek High School defensive tackle Champ Johnson. On the final day of August 2024, they opened their campaign as the 14th ranked team in the country. When they head to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, where they faced number 1 ranked Georgia, who were 2 years removed from their 2nd national title, which was on the starting roster. After 2 Peyton route-winning field goals to give the Bulldogs the 6-0 lead, at 1st and 10 on the Georgia 31-yard line, Target tackles Asia after a 4-year game that was in the first play of the Georgia drive, although Georgia won it 34-3. And after 2 easy routes over Appalachian State and NC State Wolfpack, Clemson welcomed ACC newcomer Stanford Capital to the Death Valley in Week 4 of the final Saturday of September 2024. Parker produced 4 tackles, 2 assisted. The first assisted with Wade Wooders tackled Emil Mosley the 5th as he was called for mention in the first attempt play for the 24-yard drive. The second, solo, where Parker sacked Daniels, carrying the final play as the first quarter. The third, after Clemson lead 27, where Daniel tackled again by Parker in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter's third play, another Justin Legend was tackled by Parker as Clemson ran out 40-70 winners. After an undefeated October, which Clemson scored victories against Florida State Seminoles, Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and Virginia Cavaliers, they lost to Louisville 33-21 despite Parker's best defensive efforts with attack on Isaac Brown in the first quarter of the game. And although Clemson scored a combined 14 points through 2 more wins, along with the victory of the FCS side, Citadel Bulldogs, Clemson's shot at the ACC title rested on the rivalry game with South Carolina, which took place the Saturday after Thanksgiving. The game started well for Clemson defense, and the protector finds out when the fourth quarter then he got another on QB Norris Sanders, who made 2 game, and before Clemson take a 7-0 lead in the second quarter, Sanders was tackled again by Parker before Jared Brown was tackled by the same person. At the first drive after Clemson took the second lead of the game, with a kick with McRustin, touchdown, Wooders and Parker were tackling Sanders before Oscar Adaway the third and Sellers were victimized. And Parker even tackled before South Carolina did the Manning way by scoring a 17-14 victory. Since Clemson finished 7-1 in Carolina, they were qualified for the 2024 ACC Championship game as the number 2 seed against another newcomer, SMU Mustangs. It was a 2.5 point favorite. But in a stunning upset, Clemson defeated them 40-31 of the Mustangs. lifted Columbia to 14 runs, and 8 to earn their first ACC title, 622 and 22nd overall to secure the 12th and final seed in the first ever 12-team college football playoff. But in the first round against the Texas Longhorns, Dabo came to Texas Memorial Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Clemson's national title dream died, where despite Clemson's 3 touchdowns and Clemson and Parker's touchdowns, Sarkisian, Quinn Ewers, and company defeated the Tigers 38-24. And although Arco earned all AC South second team honors, Clemson finished 10-4 in Parker's sophomore season.